Support system on the rear. Face front, come say so.
Hey, back doors all clear.
Chain tie, can't play no.
Well fed, we eatin'.
The motto is to push for it. The ops stay too wuss for it. Like matter of fact, we creepin', now we sneaking. Enemy highs, we be seeking. Lurking through waters and bushes, oh man. Crude eyes, we deepin'. All of you die, one at a time. Those are the facts, we don't throw dice. Ready to fire, ready or not, we letting it grind. Bang, 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 bang. Wake up, we want war. Y'all know what time it is. Paint red on this ground floor. All we throw is fists. To the core we lit. Rain down abyss. Set it up like this.
Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Burn it up, burn it up.
Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Burn it up, burn it up.
Too many enemies, too many enemies, too many enemies. Yeah, too many enemies, too many enemies, enemies, too many enemies, too many enemies. Yeah, yeah. 조금 밑에 모여봤자 니니 이 몸만 된. 형 이겼으니 형 오늘 좀 거만해. 봐줄 테니 한 대 때려 시원하게. 때려봤자 넌 내 손 안에. 살려줄게요 소 가능하다면 안 해주면 내 심장이나 상처. Yeah, what? Wait. 연구만 있어 잘 그려라면 안 해주면 바로 매부 비상형. Go riders, go riot, gasoline lighters, more fire. Ski tires, blow up dynamite, need more wires. 너의 샤이 드리고 검화면 채우갈까 일어나면 그렇게 만들어 병화를.
Go riders, go riot, gasoline lighters, more fire. Skid tires, blow up dynamite, need more wires. 너의 샤이 드리고 검화면 조용할까 일어나면 그렇게 만들어 병화를. Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this.
Burn it up, burn it up.
Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Set it off like. Set it off like this. Burn it up, burn it up. Say no.
I was flying through a storm with a blindfold. You were hiding from the clouds under a rainbow. Walking through life, slipping on ice, but somehow we couldn't run from each other. I was flying through a storm with a blindfold. We met when we were broken, everything out of focus, and our tides were rolling in and out. Then clarity fell on us, and our scars turned to dust, yeah. Our hearts were stolen, even when we were broken. When we were broken. This ain't where the legends come from. You know what a hero looks like. Pretty little flower, won't you sit back down and go play nice? So keep talking, keep laughing. One day you'll wish you had it. Other people on fire, fire. Maybe it's time they meet their dragon. If you're gonna hold me down, you're not gonna let me into your castle walls. None of you can keep them. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who ends up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Bye, playing with fire, and we'll burn it all down. This is where the bruises come from. This is when the game gets ugly. These blood, sweat, tears keep running. Licking my plate 'cause I'm so hungry. Keep talking, keep laughing. One day you'll see what happens. Other people on fire, fire. It's about time they meet their dragon. If you're gonna hold me down, you're not gonna let me into your castle walls. None of you can keep them. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who ends up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Bye, playing with fire, and we'll burn it all down. It starts right now. Baby, you're surrounded. Put your money where your mouth is. Bury your doubts under the ground. Then they're gonna watch you step over the ashes. Right now I'm taking my turn with the matches. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who ends up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Playing with fire, and we'll burn it all down.
Time slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it running out on me. I don't want these to be my last words. All forgotten, 'cause that's all they'll be. Now there's only one thing I can do. Fight until the end like I promised to. Wishing there was something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. What do you see before it's over? Blinding flashes getting closer. Wish that I had something left to lose. This could be the day I die for you. This could be the day I die for you. die. When to let it go, when to make them all fight. When I'm in control, when I'm out of my mind. When I gotta live, when I gotta die. This could be the day I die for you. Feeling like there's nothing I can do. This could be the end, it's mine to choose. It's taken me my lifetime just to prove. This could be the day I die for you. Don't let it be the day. What do you see before it's over? Blinded flashes getting closer. Sacrificing everything I knew. This could be the day I die for you.
I'm running away from the past I left behind. I'm looking for answers, but I'm blinded by the light. I'm lost in the music, and I stay here for the night. I promise I'll be gone in the morning, out of sight and out of mind. You know when you keep running, but your legs are standing still. It's like you're stuck in a nightmare, but you keep doing it for the thrill. Well, this is reality, you only live it once, so wake up from your dream. But just for tonight, let the lines get blurred, let your thoughts be free, let your thoughts be free.
Hello everybody, welcome to tonight's streaming of ATK versus Lost Time. Today I am going to be joined by none other than the Don. He is one of the Mettlestate admins and he's going to be answering a couple of my questions regarding the future of esports in South Africa. And yeah, that's myself, and here's the Don.
Thank you so much for having me tonight, Justin. It's a pleasure to be here. Hello, everybody. I am the Don. As mentioned, I work for Mettlestate, and I'm here to give you some insights and some quick look into the future workings and stuff that we potentially have happening this year and will be happening very soon. Thank you so much for having me.
It's lovely to have you here. It's very nice to get a bit more of an insight on the future and see what Mettlestate has in store for us in this coming 2023 year.
Well, what I can say from a standpoint where I currently am in the company, there is a lot that we have planned. There is so much big things to come and to look forward to. In the league section specifically, there is some amazing developments that we have coming, some stuff to look forward to. And yeah, I mean, it's great to be able to get involved with the community. This is the first time for me, I won't lie. I am no caster, but I will do my best to give you all the juicy content that you guys are looking forward to and what you would like to see.
So I've got a couple of questions here from, well, some of like my own questions along with some questions from the players among era. But the first one's gonna be a very simple one is, so do you play League of Legends?
I do very casually, yes. The history behind that actually started as a passion with a group of friends, actually in my workspace. A lot of them you may know from the Mettlestate Discord as Anthrax, who is our head honcho. The Big Cheese, El Numero Uno, as you may call him.
The Godfather.
The Godfather, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly.
Either way you want to see it. And Legion as well, who actually got us started with the League of Legends League. It started with a passion, and then that passion turned into an idea. And this is the league we have today with Mettlestate, the Challenger Series. And we are at 4. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, and I have met with Justin. Funny enough, it is really an interesting interaction with my name being Justin, his name being Justin. It was always nice even catching up with him. But on the topic of playing League of Legends, so you just answered like how you got into it with a bunch of group of friends. Like I very much relate to that as well. My friends got me into League of Legends. Sometimes they regret it because I got very addicted to it, but I can safely say I'm grateful for the people I've met playing this game.
I can honestly say the same. Look, there is a deep passion that comes with this game and some very serious and competitive players that are involved in the league currently as well. And there's new teams that are continuously joining. I mean, we have organizations that are bringing tons of teams, like your organization, Era, for example, as well as Element. And it's continuously expanding over the seasons as we go along, which is what we love to see. It's what we want to give those that are hungry for a competitive scene in League, who want to work towards something bigger and look forward to bigger things. That's what we're all about. And I mean, it has been a long time coming where we have been looking for opportunities to give, the community itself a place to call home. And I would like to say that anyone who's involved with the Challenger Series, it's thanks to you guys that we can make this possible.
And I think a lot of the people in Air Esports, as well as Element, all the other organizations who are part of it, they have this enthusiasm, they have this drive to compete, and by seeing all these other international teams, like with the LEC, with LCK, like people want to show off their competitive prowess, and I think Mettlestate has made it their home to compete competitively.
That's what we like to hear. I mean, there has been a lot of things that we've had to overcome. Obviously, we live in a country that is suffering with load shedding. We're doing God's work in the dark, if you want to call it that. But I mean, obviously, we are always trying to continue to improve the experience for all the players and all the organizations and teams that join us on this journey. And it has been an epic one. I mean, we've learned so many things over the seasons that have passed so far, and we are just continuously working tirelessly to improve that for all the players to enjoy.
Yeah, and I think in terms of like expanding this further on, like I know we've seen ATK, their CSGO team, taking this internationally, but in terms of just Mettlestate at this point in time, what do you have in terms of expanding? Like I know we've got the pro and open division. Do you intend on maybe adding an amateur division in the middle, kind of just so teams can build a reputation, build the kind of prestige that these pro teams have?
Absolutely, yes. That is one of the intentions that we do have. We have spoken about this on numerous occasions. with that comes the interest in the league itself. Obviously, with the community supporting us, we would like to broaden that perspective and also give teams a better and more fair chance to compete. Obviously, I understand that there is some, looking at the teams that we currently have and the intimidation factor that comes with it. We want to give more teams an opportunity to compete on a more amateur level. So that is definitely something that we'll be looking into in the future. In the near future, I do hope we will have that, but it is definitely in the works.
Well, and that's going to be very good to hear, because I think a lot of these teams, they want like they want that bridge. Like they want the bridge to compete at a level where they don't have to feel afraid. Like I know like a fresh team competing up against like the likes of ATK, or a fresh team competing against Royalty, it can be quite scary, especially someone who is still somewhat trying to get new into the scene.
Absolutely, I can 100% agree with that. Look, I'm one of the people that runs production at Mettlestate as well. I've seen how these guys play. I've seen all the top teams perform, and man, oh man, even I, as a casual player, would feel somewhat intimidated. But we don't want that to be the case. Obviously, for anyone new who's looking to join the league, we want this to be a fun and competitive space for everyone of all skill levels, and that's what we hope to incorporate very soon in the near future.
Yeah, and it's just the more welcoming this scene is, the more people are going to want to play, the more people are going to be competing, more teams, and just growing it as a community. And I think League has a big community. Like we complain on Reddit about getting a South African server, or at least a sub-Saharan server where we get better ping, because it's 160 to 109, like maybe even over 200 ping can feel a bit like almost limiting to some players.
It does feel limiting, but on the brighter side of how I'd like to view that is, playing at a disadvantage with high ping only makes you a better player at the end of the day. And I 100% agree. I have been witness to some of these Reddits, cough cough, but I think it's amazing to see that the community is so involved and trying to get this, making it a reality for all league players, because we do have a big community in South Africa. And we would like to welcome all League of Legends players, all teams, all potential friends that would like to form a team to compete in this league and see what the competitive side is all about, and also to enjoy the love of the game. Everyone's very passionate whom I've spoken to about it, and they take this very seriously in the competitive scene, but not too serious to say that they're not having the time of their lives playing this amazing game.
Yeah, and I think with the tight-knit community that has come together, especially with, like, I've met some of my closest friends through this game. I mean, one of the people who casts with me frequently, he's in chat now, is the Instinct AD Carry. I met him through a team, and since then we've pretty much been inseparable over these casts, over South Africa esports. Like, he's got this drive and enthusiasm, which, like, I had when I started playing the game, and I just hope we get more people like that.
I agree. I mean, being an competitive player myself in FPS, various FPS games, I must say that I also had a similar experience when I was introduced to the competitive scene, and I was nothing less than inspired to get involved. It was one of the best experiences I ever had, and going through it all and working for an amazing company like Mettlestate, it's a big passion of mine to be able to introduce stuff like this to the community in all various games, if for that matter, all the different communities. As I'm sure you've seen, I mean, when overseas places announce different esports regions, I mean, South Africa is like a blank spot on the map, the whole African region for that matter. And this is what we would like to introduce to the communities, a potential to grow, to look forward to something big, putting South Africa and the African region as a whole on the map.
Like, I know we've got, like, especially with some of the players that we have in this community. I am going to be highlighting one or two players here. So I'm going to be highlighting ATK Unique, who I would definitely want to consider as one of the best players who plays on South African ping in the competitive scene. Like, he's sitting up at high master tier and playing on this 100 ping. It just shows that if he goes over to Europe, like, he could do so much with the lower ping.
Absolutely. And I mean, coming back to that, on competing on a higher ping, it just shows you what determination and, the dedication towards a game like League of Legends can get you. I mean, on a lower ping, I would imagine that a lot of our talent in the League of Legends community will flourish even further, farther than what they could comprehend, I would imagine. It's amazing to think what small thing ping actually does for our players, I must admit.
Yeah, it's like ping can make a huge difference, and I know, like, especially right now, like with some of the teams like moving over to the Singapore server, which it is, I'm also very unsure on what they have over there competitively that's different to here, but from what I know, what summons teams there is the promise of like 80-90 ping.
That is what I have heard in the grapevine on various platforms and from the community itself. But the one thing I'm uncertain of is what competitive, scenes they have there, what they have involved, if there's better tournaments or, bigger things to compete in. Obviously, we want what's best for the community as well in terms of that. So what we decided this year, well, for Season 4 to begin with, we'll stick with the EU as the designated server to compete on. But it might be something that we look for into in the future. Yeah. We just need a little bit more time to see how things unfold in the Singapore region and how we can, bring something better to the community on our side and get the whole group together. Yeah, as I'm sure you've seen already, a lot of people have already migrated over.
Yeah, like especially like I think the ping does somewhat vary because a team that competed by the name of Exhaust Esports, they competed from the island of Reunion, which I'd say is phenomenal. They got an entire league team from the side of Reunion, and it's phenomenal that they have played at such a high skill level. But so in South Africa, I believe it is 120 ping from here to Singapore, but then from their island, they're able to get, I think they get 80-90. So it's very sad to see that Exhaust had to leave us, because I think they were a team that people wanted to take down ATK, and I think that's what everybody wants. ATK is the champions. It's like the whole T1 angle where you want, like, they're winning, they always got to win, but you want that underdog team to try and take them down.
That is what I'm sure all viewers look forward to, is that one team that's sat at the back of the ranks to take the full win, fight their way up to the top and show that this is what I'm made of. This is what our team is made of. It's always an exciting thing to witness. And I mean, ATK has had a strong run in this league. 3 wins behind the belt. Came very close last season to losing that title, but they're playing exceptionally well. But I believe that there is hidden potential in all the teams competing in the league. They have what it takes to dethrone ATK, or even put up the best fight that they possibly can. We've got so many strong teams competing this season around, and it's only going to get more and more tight in terms of competition and competitiveness. And I can't wait to see how that unfolds this season. I'm really excited.
Yeah, because there is a team that they did take a break in the last season, so they got started into the open division, but it is none of them. This might be a bit of a humble brag, but Era Aeon, they are the second tier team right now, possibly considering to be one of the top tier teams in Era Esports, have been really making waves here, looking really good. They're going to make their way through open div into pro div, and I think they have a solid shot at taking down ATK.
Absolutely. It all comes down to how hungry you are and how much you want it. And that's definitely something I've seen in past games as well, from Era as well. They are very much dedicated, each and every individual competing in all the teams. And, it's the leaderboard that speaks at the end of the day. And I just can't wait to see how that unfolds, because there's a lot of stuff happening around the clock right now. I know teams are struggling to get through their games in the group stages currently right now. The load shedding situation seems to have died down a bit, so I'm hoping there will be a lot more games, hopefully more that we can see on live stream as well as we have tonight. And, just some fun games of League to be witnessed and see how things progress down the group stages when we get to that playoff stage.
Yeah, exactly. And I think especially thinking of how much work goes into planning these teams, how many seasons do we think we can expect this year, if you're allowed to say those sorts of things? Or you give us like a little teaser, if you will.
Well, it certainly doesn't end with this one. I can guarantee that much. I won't delve too much into detail with that, as it is a genuine surprise for the teams, but I think that already gives it away and says that this will be a long-term running thing where we won't just have a one-and-done situation. I mean, I'll take a different game that we've opened up to the community for is Rainbow Six Siege. It's been dormant for a while. A lot of teams have disbanded, but we want to bring that back. The same which we've done for League of Legends, the same as which we've done for Valorant now as well. We're starting up these leagues to bring the communities back together, to get back into the swing of things, to grow and to prosper, to bring that competitiveness back where it used to be, and where it can continue to grow into bigger and better things for not only the players, but for all tournament organizers as a whole. You know, we want this to be the biggest thing the world has ever seen, and we want to put the African region on the map, saying we've got pro teams in various games, League of Legends, FIFA, Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant, all of those. There's some great things to look forward to, so best keep an eye on our socials. We'll definitely be announcing a lot of those things as the year progresses, but 100% you guys can look forward to more action. Guaranteed.
Yeah, always glad to be hearing that there's going to be plenty of action on the Mettlestate website. But a question that I would like just personally, so what was the drive and the inspiration by Mettlestate? Like, I know you've spoken a lot about bringing a community together, finding people who have similar mindsets towards video games, but what other aspects kind of inspired and brought upon Mettlestate, sorry?
All comes down to our motto at the end of the day, and this is a great motto which I can appreciate and respect, is forging the future of African gaming. We have been established for quite a few years now, and our team has grown exponentially over the years, and the inspiration that comes from that is basically a work group of very like-minded individuals who love the competitive scene for what it is, esports in general. You know, the thrill of being there at live events and doing amazing things for the community. Take, for instance, we did our first huge tournament last year where we had the Intel African Masters for the CSGO community. We had teams from Nigeria, we had teams from Northern Africa consisting of Algeria, Tunisia, Egypt, and you know, bringing those teams down in a huge sponsored tournament by Intel, no less, one of the big names, is a huge milestone for us, as that is the future we look forward to for, you know, all our African region competitive players. I mean, there is hidden potential that we're hoping to tap into to bring to the communities all out there in the African region, not just South Africa, but, you know,
the rest of Africa.
Our goal is to put Africa on that board, which you see in all live streams overseas. Everywhere you go, where you see that hidden dark spot on the map, that big country, that big piece of land, that big region, we want Africa to be one of the biggest places in the esports community in the world. That is our end goal, and that is what we're striving for. That is what drives us, and that is our inspiration.
And that is the motto that I think all gamers should really live by. Like, we want to show what we're made of. We want to show our mettle. Like, we want to make sure that the talent is recognized, because there are so many people who are so extremely talented at this game. And a lot of games, like I know with the Counter-Strike, we have ATK have a team going overseas to ESL, which is going to bring a lot of exposure to our country in terms of esports. So with that, we want to excel past just CSGO. Like, we want Rainbow Six, we want League, we want Valorant, you name it, all the games. We want to make sure that our talent is presented in the best way possible.
Feel that we have all the potential to do that, you know, reaching out to big brands and so on overseas, you know, bigger tournament organizers, getting all that, you know, learning from the bigger guys, seeing what they're all about, and bringing that same and different and better exposure to our country and our region, you know, exposing them to what we have, what we're made of, proving our mettle, as you said. That is what forging the future of African gaming is all about for us, and I can't wait to see what the future brings for us, because it's only going to get bigger and better from here.
And like, the future is bright. The future is very bright for Mettlestate. But I guess I got some other questions y'all related to the League. I know you mentioned you're a bit of a casual gamer, casual League player, but so is there a particular champion that you love playing? Like, who would you consider as your main champion when you play League?
So one of the champions that I do favor playing is definitely Warwick. And it's for a number of reasons. I mean, he's a insane jungler, in my opinion. He works really well in terms of support and, just dealing that massive amounts of damage. And he's so ruthless in his abilities. I mean, if at the moment the game starts, you are already running as a big, broad werewolf amongst all the other heroes and champions. His abilities are what get me the most, because he's not a difficult champion to play. He's got some really useful abilities: Blood Hunt, Eternal Hunger, Infinite Duress, and Jaws of the Beast and Primal Howl. There's a lot of champions that you can get used to get started in a game like League of Legends to really get your sense of what role you would like to play, what kind of champion you'd like to play, how you'd like to progress and build from there. And he's definitely one of the champions that stand out to me.
Yeah, and I like as someone who, when I first started playing League, Warwick was also one of the champions I very much picked up. I love the champion. I played him so much. Like, it was one of the first skins my friend ever got me was the Hyena Warwick, and
oh wow,
it was. I love that skin. So, like, his W with his laugh, it is absolutely hilarious.
There's some nostalgia right there, and reading in chat what Eric Happy said, old Warwick, I can 100% agree with that to some extent as well. 100%.
Like, old Warwick was a buttload of fun, especially like with me with like old Galio. Like, I was just here just before the new Galio, and then I picked him up as well. But he was just like a nuke. Like, and Warwick kept the same design even from old Warwick. But I think nothing beats the point and click CC with his ultimate.
That charge when you see him coming for you and knowing that there's no escape is one of the most favorite things about Warwick to me, because it gives such an intimidating factor that this is the end, it's time to respawn again, we'll try again next time kind of deal. He's definitely one of those champions that just stand out to me in that regard as well.
Yeah, and then one thing, as I think this is really a question that I think the community might really like the answer is, what is a champion you absolutely despise? Like a champion that you either don't like seeing it on your team and you don't like seeing it on the enemy team. Now, which champion is that for you?
That is a tough one to answer, because, there's so many variables that come into play when it, comes to opposing team when picking champions. That is a tough one to answer.
Like, I mean, we can kind of split it in what a champion you hate playing against, more or less. Like, there's for me, I'll guess, for me, for example, in support, hate game Xerath. No, I don't want to play against Xerath as support, because I feel like Xerath players who play in support, they're just mid laners who don't know how to farm.
No, absolutely. I would probably say Vayne as one of them.
Yeah.
There is a lot that I can choose from, but Vayne stands out for me because he is a difficult champion to play. He's a bit squishy early game, but if you give him that chance to get stronger and the advantage over you in mid to late game, it's almost impossible to contend against that. And that champion is one of them that stands out, that really gets my blood boiling in even in just a basic game of League, because a lot of people seem to know how to play him quite well. I cannot, I can tell you that much. But he's definitely one of the ones that stand out to me as one of the most annoying and not very pleasant champions to play against.
I know even from just personal experience, generally the champions that one dislikes is a champion that you struggle to play, because you don't know how to counteract it, you don't know how to deal with it in a way.
It's the magic of League of Legends, is there's always stuff you're learning on the fly as you go along. Every single game there's a learning curve to appreciate and learn from to make yourself better at the end of the day as a League player. And I feel like that's the most addictive part to this game, is learning how to counteract your foes, knowing which champion to choose, and how you're going to go about that game, decimating the opposing team and getting, that victory at the end of the game.
Yeah, and I think, especially with the whole, it's kind of a mental game. And that's, as much as I would really much like to delve into the whole mental of League of Legends, we are almost going to be getting into game soon here between these two titans. This is actually a revisiting of the season, I think it was the season 2 finals, or between Lost Time and ATK.
I do believe it was season 2, yes, you are correct.
Yeah, and
I'm quite excited for this. I've got the stream open here, and I can't wait to see how this game unfolds, as it is going to be a, you know, we're here again, and we're ready to face you again kind of match. And I would love to see how Lost Time goes about dealing with ATK this time around. But I know ATK just has, you know, that insane broad knowledge with the game and the experience in the game. They know how to turn games around, but Lost Time knows how to do the exact same thing. So it's a consistent exchange of different strategies, how these two teams are going to go about it tonight. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm literally watching the countdown timer and waiting for the games to start.
Yeah, and we are just, it's going to be sure to be a banger. These two teams, yeah, have a lot of competitive prestige between one another, have plenty of time to practice all these picks, and I think it's going to be, I'm curious to see what they're going to be bringing out here in terms of picks and bans, with what the meta is currently right now. I mean, yeah, it's just, I'm really excited to see if these guys are going to bring out anything spicy, anything new that the community just thrives to see.
That's what I'm looking forward to as well. I can't wait to see their picks as well, as this will be, you know, it'll be a case of picking champions that will obviously counter each other. But the question here is who will have that slightly higher edge in terms of, you know, gameplay, strategy, and so on. This is definitely a match nobody wants to miss, and I can't wait to see it unfold here tonight.
Yeah, but I just wanted to, I think I have one more question for you, and then I think we'll get into some League of Legends. Oh, my brain just was off. So, the last one is there a champion that you want to learn? Like, is there a champion out there that you really like and you want to learn how to play?
There is two specifically that come to mind. One would be Morgana, and the second would be Teemo. I'm always hearing about Teemo. People hate Teemo, people love Teemo. It's a love-hate relationship with that champion specifically, but definitely Morgana and Teemo. I've never played them before. I'm working hard towards getting them under my champions list, and I would very much like to learn and play them.
Well, I hope you guys. Well, I hope you're able to excel with these champions. But I think the teams are ready to go. So, thank you so much, the Don, for popping into stream. Thank you for joining us for some questions, enlightening the community on what there is to come. And
it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I do appreciate this. And to the teams competing tonight, ATK versus Lost Time, have a great. I'll be watching your game here from the sidelines. And yeah, may the best team win, and you guys must all have a pleasant evening further.
All right, and thank you again, Mr. Don. I'm sure we'll be seeing you in the future.
Much appreciated. Count on it.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your evening, my guy. All the best.
Likewise, kind sir. Have a good one.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That was the Mettlestate admin, the Don, who gave us some more clarity on the future of esports, the future of South African League of Legends, and everything in between. But right now, we are going to be getting into game with the Clash of the Titans. These two teams that have had so much time against one another. And I think, yeah, let's get right into game. I will be pulling up some predictions for the peeps. There will be a lot of points going to be on the line here. So let's get that up and running. So who will take game one? Will it be ATK, who have been showing this absolutely amazing form since their founding, and or will Lost Time be the ones to take them down and start a new dynasty? Alright, let's give you some appropriate time to start it. Here you go. There you go. Gotcha. Be sure to get your points in. Back your team, back the boys. Who is going to take this game? Will it be Lost Time? Will it be ATK? We will be getting into game fairly shortly. I think we're just doing some last minute preparations. But yeah, let's hope to get into this game soon. .5 on the lads. Oh, man is going out with these points, as there's a lot of points coming out for these two teams. And I am going to be joined by none other than Instinct ADC, or VVQ. He will be my co-caster for this game, for the first game, and most likely. But
You can't get rid of me.
I can't get rid of
excited.
you.
I'm so excited. You have no idea. This is really exciting. I think the atmosphere for this game is unreal, right? Especially with like the Mettlestate admin, like hyping it up. We got on the chat a lot of support the last time for ATK. We're seeing, you know, coming on both sides as well with the channel points. This is exciting. I'm ready to get into draft, mate.
Yeah, as we finally hop into the draft pick between these two teams. The Zac being taken away from Demilon. A lot of respect for him on here. Has recently just hit Diamond 4. So you do not want to be messing with him.
And we saw a lot of the team play in Era Rivals as well. So it's going to be interesting how it translates over into this first game in the Pro Division. Karth is banned as well as Amumi. This ban phase is going through pretty damn fast.
Yes, they are very much just targeting Demilon here. They take away the Karthus, they take away the Wukong in the top lane from Jetlust, but it is very much something that can be flexed for not in the jungle. But yeah, and then obviously the Kassadin, very high ban rate champion. I think sitting at around 50 to 60% win rate roughly, or ban rate even. I mean. And then finally taking away Karma from Unique. Karma being very strong in the meta right now with the ability to abuse Radiant Virtue.
I'm seeing a lot of Maokai locked in.
So the Maokai is a very flexible pick right now. It is very much, it could be going support, it could go into the jungle, it could go even into the top lane. It is very, very powerful. Very good in terms of building either AP or tank, as actually we do get a leave as
okay.
I think there might have been Slayer didn't get into champ select. Alright, so they are just gonna be sorting that issue out. Everything should be good.
And it's I imagine there might be a gentleman's agreement in every single situation this happens usually. What's banned is banned, and they continue with the draft as needed. A lot of stakes, I think, for this game specifically. Obviously, winning versus ATK is winning versus ATK.
There's no more to the statement. Like, that's the statement. That's it. Like, winning versus ATK.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's BO1. It's pretty huge. And as well as last time being a pretty high octane team, definitely one amongst top Pro Division, as I imagine, and a lot of back end from the Euro boys as well. Love the narrative buff from the biased casters.
Yeah, and I think
I won't call you biased. I'll call myself biased.
Like, these teams have a lot of prestige at this level. They have played against each other a multitude of times, so I think there is a bit of rivalry, and there is a lot of competitive prowess that these two teams want. Like, while waiting for this, we go and take a look at the current groups right now. So this is going to be the Pro Division. There is ATK alongside Lost Time. Will be many of these other major teams with Drama Llamas pushing their ways out of the into the Pro Division. Genesis, the newly reformed era team, also definitely asserting their dominance here. But as you see, we actually are going to be getting into Champ Select, as everyone is R. Well, we are just going to be waiting for R. So we are all good. Let's get back to main screen.
There we go. All right, then we're back into draft. Looking like a gentleman's agreement compared to the previous thing. Gonna get the bans through, I imagine. That was Maokai locking first, by the way. No?
Yeah, so it wasn't Maokai first. So I'm just gonna rush through all these bans, and then just to make sure everything's all good. I think they know, each team knows what's banned and what is available. With Demilon being targeted, with Klax being targeted, playing very much like this Karthus in the bot lane. Slayer also could play Karthus into the mid lane, and then Wukong being taken from Not or Jetlust.
Just like that, we have the first lock-in, Maokai again. As you said, a champion that can be flexed, and definitely interesting to see where that is going to go. Ezreal being hovered for Tigger. I think we've seen quite a bit of Ezreal.
I think,
in solo queue.
Yeah, Tigger is his top tier champion. It is his highest mastery. It is something he's very, very comfortable on. And I think this is what you want from Lost Time. I think this is, you want all the comfort. You want to make sure you're on the best possible champ you could be playing here, as that is a lock Scion for Papa Smurfy.
Okay, then we've got the Scion coming in topside. I'm not sure if we even seen that much sign from him. Is that a solo queue pick?
So we have he did play it once during the era. Rivals was very good, very annoying in a side lane. So I think that sound is going to be very good for Mr. Parker Smurfy.
So it's a comfort champion from him. He actually plays it a ton. Twitch locked in for Clax.
Yeah, there's likely going to be Clax on this Twitch, but with the recent meta in South Korea and in LPL,
never mind.
Twitch could very much be. I was going to say Twitch could be support, but that is going to be a Twitch 80 carry for Clax.
Carrier's not here today. We've got Rakan locked in as well. Gonna be interesting to see what the response is as well. I feel like it's pretty high octane bot side as well in terms of just overall rank. We were kind of praising Unique, like you said earlier in the interview, one of the highest elo South African players, as well as Clax, what I believe is in a Diamond.
I do believe also that I think there was another member of ATK that also has just peaked Masters, so this is a fairly stacked roster coming out.
I think exactly, and it's all about making it harder to, say back to back, two back if they win this season. Could go even longer, but that's Veigar and Kennen taken away in the second ban phase. Mid lane and solo lanes to be confirmed besides the Poppy Smurfy Scion top side.
And I think with the Kennen taken away, I think they're definitely trying to avoid the big AoE team fights with the Cataclysm and the Unstoppable Force. So Kennen is a solid ban, but
Darius,
I think maybe the Kennen was taken away as it is viable in the mid lane, but Darius will be taken away from Jetlust. But yeah, this Maokai is giving a bit of a scare to Lost Time.
I think so. I mean, overall, it's such a strong champion, and it could go either way in terms of the flex. And now they've pretty much going to get it confirmed. So Salas is taken away.
It is a champion top. So that is going to be a Ziggs, as Nick Wolf has predicted. It is going to be a Ziggs mid lane coming out for C-Lard here. He's very proficient on the Silas without being taken away. So yeah, good call from Nick Wolf.
Lots of AoE, lots of poke. Just waiting on what the response in the mid lane will be for Slayer. I think we can just say Slayer. Syndra is the hover. Very popular pick in terms of control mage. We've seen it a ton, and the Fiora could be a very scary response into that sound.
I mean, that kind of like we are actually going to be getting the Kasante hover. Welcome Oni Nokai to the stream. Love to have you here, as we are going to get in the last lock-in. So that is going to be solidifying it. That is going to be a Maokai coming out for Not here.
All right, so that is going to be the Maokai, as you said. For the jungle, we have ATK's roster locked in, and now a support pick waiting for this era bot side. Just wondering what we would actually put together with this Ezreal into the Twitch Rakan.
They could be looking for like heavy poke or even counter engage. With the Karma being banned, with Lost Time banning the Karma, obviously do not want Unique on it, as it will actually be the Nautilus pickup coming out from Lesnek here.
Lots of team fight, lots of engage. You got like Jarvan, you got the Nautilus as well as the comfort for era here, which I'm pretty happy to see. I think it's pretty alright for both comps in general. I feel like I can't really say whether ATK or Lost Time have won the draft, as I do like the fact that it has gone on his comfort as well as Papa Smurfy. But it all really comes down to execution on the day. ATK are the team to be the back-to-back, defending champions of South Africa. Soon that's going to be hard to say unless somebody comes and stops. And this is Lost Time's chance to do so.
Yeah, and like this team comp very heavily engage from the side of ATK. We don't want to get in trouble with that Ornn, Maokai, and Rakan combo. But while we wait for the slight delay, we are going to take a look at these rosters. So we do have the side of Lost Time here. This graphic has been put together by none other than Star. He is a member of Griffix Esports. Very, very well done designs coming out here with the color schemes. So we've got Mr. Papa Smurfy in the top lane, self-proclaimed TFT master, and Born Master Scion side laner, or Zion Sandy, like enjoying the Scion.
Sandy.
Yeah, the Scion Sandy, man. It's like the okay, my brain just switched off.
I get what you mean. I mean, absolute unit. Plays a lot of the Scion. I guess I think we said that too much. My brain.
Yeah, we guys are about Scion all the time. But then we get Mr. Demulon in the jungle. Is very proficient. Is his favorite champ being the volley bear, but unfortunately has fallen a bit out of meta so far. So he will be now jungling. He is on the Jarvan here. Going to be playing very much around his team. Good engage. Very much like a shooting fish in a barrel combo with the Cataclysm into the Ziggs ultimate. So yeah, and now we're going to be popping over to the support role, which is none other than Lesnek, he's got a massive mountain to climb here, as he is going to be facing against one of the top supports in the country. And yeah, is he going to be able to pull it off? Is he going to bring it back, the underdog story, and is he going to make a name for himself?
That is for sure. This last time, roster made it all the way to the 3rd round of the lower bracket after a successful, I think, regular season in the 3rd season, having failed to 5 lonely men previously. Heartbreak in previous season, but a new chance. And we have Tigger. Sorry to interrupt you. I thought we were done.
So we do have Mr. Tigger, the founder, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy himself. He is on the edge rail, very comfortable with this pick. He is looking to lead his team to victory here. And yeah, we're hoping to see something good coming out of him. But now, one of the more anticipated players is none other than C-Lord in the mid lane. You do not want to get on this man's bad side. He will take you down. A lot of his champion pool is very deadly, very dangerous, particularly favoring the Yone. And yeah, he's also one you got to really watch out for. But while we have the time for the spectator delay, going to quickly cover over the ATK roster here, as we do see Jetlust in the top lane with ATK not in the jungle, Slayer Eye in the mid lane, Klax in AD carry, and none other than ATK Unique in the support role. And I want to say thank you to the side of ATK, very gracious in letting me use some of their elements here, just to promote their team. This is a very big match for both organizations here. Last time looking to prove their worth, and ATK looking to defend their title as the best League of Legends team in South Africa. So now what we are going to do is we are going to be hopping into game, as we have loaded in. The timer is gone, so we are going to hop over. There you go. Let's see if I can take maybe a sneak peek at some of these. Oh, we're not even getting a sneak peek to the skins, as we just jump straight into game here. Time controlled and chat. There you go. Yeah, so that is... So, wait. So, Unique is playing on the 12 ping here. Like, he's got the good net here. He is definitely chilling. Don't want to be in that position, as Mad Demulon actually did not start with the items. He has the reset to grab that back, but just kind of getting a good idea of who is going to be playing with what ping. So we got Rakan is on the 12, Maokai on the 147, Ornn on 166, and Slayer Eye on the 157 ping. But nothing too strange, no invades here. It is just going to be a very simple 5-man block for the side of Lost Time here. Just making sure to get the vision, keep these players out of their jungle with, yeah, just Ziggs Bob coming out trying to check for vision, but both teams playing it very safely.
Level 1 coming through. Sorry, I had to shower, but then I didn't.
Oh, well,
to run. My bad, but we're all good. We're all good in the hood.
I mean, yeah, is South African League of Legends better than a shower, confirmed?
I held the shower tap, and then I saw my mouse.
Yeah, it's just like your brain just didn't function. As we do see, is going to be the red side start coming out for Demulon, and the blue side start coming out for this Maokai. But there is vision there. They do know where the Maokai is going to be.
Yeah.
So very good ward as the blue buff did start aggroing onto.
Okay.
Oh my goodness! Oh, so
oh
blue
my
buff.
lord.
So blue buff kind of griefing not there, running after the on.
That's not great for the start. Delays it by a ton. Pathing towards that bot side. Both jungles on a bit a separate, actually going on the same path. Puts not at a bit of a disadvantage, and that is a bit unique, if anything.
So we're gonna also have Grom in the chat here saying that leash was not ideal. Man is definitely out here being the funny guy. Gotta love the funny guy, but we do, yeah. A lot of poke coming out in the mid lane between these two. ATK Slayer taking a lot of damage from these Zig bombs, but
it's a bit hard to respond with the Syndra and getting the poke in that lane. Overall, though, this Jarvan will be way ahead of not.
Yeah, he will have a little bit of that CS lead. We'll be able to get off the ganks off much sooner here, as he is just completing out the wolves. Is going to just probably opt for a full clear with the Maokai just getting onto his raptors now. So the clear is not too slow.
Not too bad, but it's not too bad to say that W1 will be there first. Depends on what happens. Depends on the execution and what actually goes on. Who will be there? Yes, that's all.
And see who's going to very much get the prio. So Jarvan will likely, it will be a battle for this bot lane scuttle, but with ATK getting that push up in the bot lane, they want to make sure that they get not comfortable, they get him ahead, they put him in a very comfortable spot, despite having a bit of a rough start. Last time, very much aware that he did have a rough start, as engage does come from the snack, but Dre's line does go wide. Demulon is there, as we do see a flash auto attack coming out onto Klax here, ignite onto Klax, so Klax having to burn the flash. But Not is here to save the day, and that will be just an exchanging of summoners. Flash and Ignite coming out from the Nautilus, and Flash coming out from Twitch, and Ignite from Rakan.
Can't say too much there. Klax's flash taken away, mission accomplished, I guess. I mean, overall, this is going to have the prio. So it's not too bad, but probably could have been more for last time. But there could be even more later, should they choose to abuse this Twitch's summoner spell disadvantage.
As you see, Unique does go in for the knock-up. Does get a bit of healing done, but Twitch is doing a lot of damage with the passive. Able to get the 5 stacks. And that is a lot of damage Lisnek taking there.
Good trade for the K-Bot side. Overall was just able to remain untouched, did some damage, kite them out, and chunk them out massively. And I think they just get a good shove here. And pretty much after the next wave, we'll probably be back for the Noon Quiver.
Yeah, the Noon Quiver is probably going to be the more optimal buy. Yeah, very curious to what build this Ezreal will be going with the recent popularity coming up with the Essence Reaver Kraken Slayer and to Navori Quickblade. But at the same time, did opt for the first strike on the Ezreal, so maybe he might be utilizing a bit more of a poke-related build. And then, like, kind of pairing up very well with the Ziggs, just to, like, poke out these carries.
Conqueror is definitely one of the runes of choice. I think I might take it back here, but decides to opt not to do so. But as you said, that new Ezreal build has definitely been huge in solo queue. It's changed champion quite a fair bit and made it so that you can actually just spit out the queues. So it gets a good trade there with his first strike. It's going to be interesting because usually Conqueror is, I think it's Conqueror is the rune of choice.
Yeah. It's very much dependent. I think it's very much matchup independent. Like, kind of first strike can be poke related. Conqueror better to deal with those sustained tanks over time. But then press the attack also being very useful, especially into slightly squishier teams. But
yeah,
there is a big setup here with Unique and Not.
Gets tossed out though.
Yeah, the trap kind of is hitting as the Scout of the Week does land onto Sealord here, taking a lot of damage. But yes, they're dropping to about half health. Did not use the Unleashed power, as I think Ziggs would have probably been able to walk out of that alive.
Feels like a good roam could definitely split this open in the mid lane, as it is already kind of hanging. Rather than a nice edge, I wouldn't say it's that close. Definitely good trades and pretty even at the moment. Like, Black Puffy taking the hard brunt of the trade.
Yeah, it seems like the Ornn is going to drop. The Ornn will be flashing behind Papa Smurfy here just to get the charge off. There is no shield for Smurfy. There is flash, but Ornn will pick up first blood in the top lane. as there is a flash coming out from not onto Demulon. Demulon doesn't have the flash either. The Ziggs bomb will come out, try and do as much damage as possible, but that will be kills going over to Klax.
And Klax gets the kill, and as well, Jetless just flashes behind Puff Smurfy, and they collect the kill. 600 gold, 1,000 gold overall head, and for lost time, not ideal start to the game overall. And you could definitely sense it, I think. Overall, Demulon a bit out of position, had the flash available. We didn't have the full view of the fight. Arcane shifts over to them, just trades as it is.
I mean, definitely with this first strike, you want to look for as many trades as possible, but I think the riskier, it's going to get riskier and riskier to deal with this, the mobility that this Rakan has, and especially the amount of protection he can provide for his Twitch.
The team fight's going to be very interesting for this ATK roster as well as the last time roster. There's a lot of options of engage, disengage, and damage alike, I think. And it's all going to come down to an individual mistake, I think, as well. It's just overall good play. Will collect level 6 as well. Good for his ganking opportunities and, well, vestiges alike to collect something more for this roster. 1,000 gold in the lead and a prosperous position.
We do see that Bubba has made his roam bot, but a unique is there to stop him. Demulon is also available. Rakan was just looking for an easy engage coming up on the top side, leaving this Twitch alone. Bit of a dangerous call. I mean, Twitch will be able to just farm under his tower. Does have a bit more of the safer lane. The wave is pushing into him. There is no fear of a dive. As if multiple people are just trying to assist Slayer here, trying to get him, allow him to push the wave, allow him to get that reset, allow him to try and pick up a lead against the Ziggs.
Exactly, and seeing Unique roam over, I mean, your Twitch is in a very good position already, having that kill onto him. It is a great position, and maybe look for something else on the map, look for a cross map, try to find something else in the mid lane, which has been a pretty close lane so far. However, with Slayer, great CS lead for himself. He manages to collect even further of a lead for ATK.
Yeah, sitting right now, 78 CS to 62, as there is a bit of trading coming out in this top lane here. Just the general tank trades, where they do damage, but they actually take no damage. So, it just do be how it is, as the W is used to dodge the Scion, avoid the Scion knockup, as there are 3 members of Lost Time walking up to this Rift Herald. The Ziggs ulti will come out onto the Ornn here. Scion ulti landing as well. Jetlust is taking a lot of damage. The Ornn will be there, but Scion will take the kill onto Jetlust, securing the Rift Herald for the side of Lost Time.
Sealard sends an intercontinental loot overall to Jetlust, and it turns the 1 versus 1 around, and respite for Lost Time in the form of a kill for their top side in Papa Smurfy. You like to see it. Turning it around and some good gold, putting them back to a pretty even 1k gold lead. Not too much, not too little.
As the Snake does drop the flash, a flash coming out. Dredge line is available. Rather will use the ultimate. A lot of damage coming up, but they do not opt for the chase. Mad Demulon is caught out by the quickness and the more Maokai W. But the unleashed power does go into Sealard, and that will be another kill going over to, well, a kill going over to this Twitch and a kill going over to this Syndra.
The proactiveness from ATK to just run mid lane and say, hey, fuck it, they're trolling. And use their cooldowns, find them out of position. Demulon just locked down by Not Salt, and just as easily as they managed to collect that good lead, or rather, good goal for Lost Time. ATK answer back and say even more for our side.
As we do see that the Israel is picking up the first item, did opt for the Essence Reaver, so is probably going to go remain crit build, but will not be able to stop this as ATK will pick up the first dragon of the game. It will be a Chemtech dragon here, so no Chemtech soul for us, unfortunately.
No Chemtech. Still possibility of Hextech and
as there's a very aggressive arcane shift coming out from Tigger here, but it's taking a lot of damage from Klax.
Klax is Yeah,
a lot of, especially with the dredge line landing, a lot of damage coming out, but to no avail, as the Israel will just be able to get the push. We'll be able to get a bit more CS, as it's still fairly even in the bot lane.
But it does have the arcane, just have this ult available as well to shove a lane out.
And taking way too much damage. As both sides of the map are just taking a massive amount of poke, with Sealard taking a big chunk of his damage from the Syndra, who as the Flag Drag does land, the Cataclysm does land as well, and that will be Sealard picking up Slayer Eye, who did not have the flash. Very easy setup, very good call, and that will be gold onto Sealard.
Good Cataclysm, good Cataclysm on Slayer.
As the quickness comes out, Ezreal does okay, shift flash coming out from Unique, but burning the flash from Tigger too. As just an exchanging of summoners. Not too much for these two champions, both very mobile, where flash is not as super necessary, but yeah, still very good trades.
Good flash from Tigger there too. Ooh, pretty good stuff. Good poke for Tigger. Arcade shift forward.
The ulti coming out from all this here dredge line does land, and that'll be Unique falling to Tigger. There's going to be space gliding out coming from this Twitch. Will take down Tigger. And Klax is going to look like he's going to run down. The Snekia does not have the W. We'll just go for the Q. Oh, almost losing it, but that is now a double kill going over to Klax.
Klax just unleashed everything onto Tigger. And for a moment there, I thought he got the 2v2 kill and 2 kills onto Tigger, but manages to turn that around. 2 kills into that Twitch's pocket. And he's looking very scary. That's 3. And a massive shutdown. Should it be collected, as well as a few waves and extra XP, Twitch is going to be massive because of how much gold and how much it's just put on to that Twitch basket.
One thing I do like right now is Lost Time are not playing this as defensively, are playing very aggressively, want to take these very forward-like trades, want to try and assert some dominance in these side lanes, but at the end of the day, you've got to be very careful of the kind of scaling that ATK have. With this Twitch, with the Syndra, and the Ornn, the Ornn items are going to be making a huge impact on winning this game.
ATK, just as Lost Time is, I feel they're both very proactive, and that's what I like to see from Lost Time. Definitely not letting ATK walk all over. They're making their own plays, even though in some cases, in the fight before, sort of exploded the game open and managed to usurp a 2k gold lead after that one. But nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, I think especially with the gold is somewhat fairly spread out, as the 80 carries of Twitch obviously picking up about 500 more gold. The Ezreal actually dropping the ulti, but Twitch flashing it, and that will be a fourth kill to go over to ATK Klax here, as they are looking to take him down here. We'll just use the sneaky invis and just get out of there. Will be no further danger for him, as there are 3 members of ATK in the mid lane chasing down Sealard.
And that's
no further commitment.
Definitely not favorable for Lost Time. Well, Twitch is on his own. He deals the damage and manages to allow Unique to put extra pressure on the map while winning the 1 versus 2. It's definitely grim from that. If you want to abuse the bot side, say, hey, he's looking for the cross map. Then he's in trouble.
Is in a lot of trouble here. Is able to get the flag drag out, but does get it by the Malka ulti on 2 occasions. Flash coming out, but missing the flash over the wall. And that is a flashless Jarvan now, with the dragon coming up in 40 seconds. It's going to be very hard for him to try and maintain this kind of sneaky mentality without the ability to flash on those carries.
But meanwhile, the overall first turret of the game goes over to the Ezreal, a bunch of gold onto him, and then Navori waiting to be built. Gonna take the recall, get some of the items. Caulfields.
Really good flash coming out from Sealard here, avoiding the quickness, avoiding the scatter of the weak. But that is now a flashless Ziggs, which is he's gonna get a big target on his back from this Maokai.
It feels like just one more pick, right? One more fight could absolutely explode this game open for ATK. And for Lost Time, one big fight around Drake.
As the ulti does come out onto the Syndra, but TP's coming out from the Ornn here. As Lost Time do fall back. There's a defensive TP to kind of just protect these carries, while Klax is just sitting here in this ball lane, getting free tower plating, getting free gold, putting him at a further, like, just under 1,000 gold lead over the tie here.
Tons of gold onto this Twitch, but let it be known, he isn't actually that too far ahead. I think in the gold we saw he was more like 700 gold.
Yeah, the Ezreal kind of like picking up a little bit more gold from the first strike there.
And the turrets as well. The turret plates, what was the pressure that he had?
Yeah, there was a good amount of pressure, especially with the Ezreal, with the poke, the Twitch sitting on his O majority of the time while Unique goes for the roams. But that will be 2 dragons going to the side of ATK. Kind of beginning the stacking, as we are going to be looking to get a Mountain Soul this game. So, very good on the goal. As the Q does land onto the Slayer here. Slayer taking a lot of damage, but Unleashed Power does land onto Tigger, and he will fall. As 2 members of ATK are quite low, but there will be no follow-up.
As soon as he just recognizes that Scatter of the Week lands onto Tigger, uses the quickness and locks him down immediately. Just overall, the Unleashed Power absolutely blows Tigger up.
So Demian is a bit of a difficult situation. Demian's a bit of a situation here, as Not and Unique are making their way here.
No.
Ziggs does get hit by the Maokai, and that will be another kill going over to him. Demian is still in a bit of a difficult position here. Quickness is not available. It gets interrupted. There's no way to go. There is no flash on this Java, and the Flag Drag just barely coming out. Flash W coming out from this Maokai, and that is not on a killing spree here.
And my lord, as I said, I thought that 1 or 2, about 3 individual picks would explode this game open. Look what it's done. 3k gold in a lead for ATK. They've cracked the nut and managed to plus a great lead on to this Lost Time side. And it's just a small mistake of Rangers. As I've said, the overall scatter of the week was kind of a small margin for the Ezreal. Wasn't done quite in time. Had the CC, had the lockdown, absolutely blew him up. Small mistakes, small margins. And good plays and good proactiveness from ATK, just letting them walk quite comfortably in this game versus Lost Time, as well as having quite a few turrets, Quacks collecting even more gold on him. Looking at the XP difference, he's literally a level 12 to get in level 10.
Twitch made his way top. They does have the block, so will do a lot of damage to Sam, but the Unstoppable Force will just get him out, as there will be no further chasing. ATK Clax asserting his ADC prowess.
Yeah, we struggle with words today, I think. Like, I'm
words
not sure
are something that we all struggle with, but I think one thing that ATK is not struggling with is getting gold.
League of Legends.
And League of Legends, that too.
Exactly.
They're just putting more and more gold onto this Twitch here. Has been getting a lot of damage onto these towers. Still is sitting about 8,200 gold. Has built that gold leads about 500 gold over the Ezreal, but Ezreal maintaining that with the first strike, with very much the bit of an extra CS he has picked up along with the tower plating in the bot lane. Yeah, still, despite there being a 4,000 gold lead, I think this is still very much anybody's game.
ATK have a ton of deep vision, by the way, in the map. If you just look at it, bottom right, you can see all those blue wards there. Overall, I think ATK know where they are at all times. Some of the prowess from Unique. Again, the person we keep praising for the elo and the heights that he has reached. Definitely something to watch out for, and something that they are watching out for. With the amount of vision, information on the map that I think they've been collecting so far. 4,000 gold in the lead, or thereabouts. 3.7 if you want to be exact.
Yeah.
And
with the trade of the bot lanes not going mid, quickness coming out. Unfortunately, not able to dodge quickness. Ezreal is on the backline, safely poking away. Q does land onto Clax, but it's just not working. The Ornn TP's in, the Ornn Horn comes out, Sound TP's as well, trying to get onto this backline, but does get knocked away, cannot charge the Q, and that is Clax going unstoppable on this Twitch. Sion desperately trying to get onto this Twitch, but cannot do it in undying form.
Lost Time can't find anything. I feel like after that trade, when Tigger flashed away, managed to get the quickness onto him, and recognize that Unique maybe might have bit off a bit more than he could chew, but in the end, that really wasn't the case. They were all there, all executed the fight perfectly, and Lost Time were the ones who...
Oh, as this
really
next Q does want to go wide, the Unleashed Power shutting down the Ziggs once again. Norlis is desperately trying to keep this Syndra occupied as Tigger does make his way there. The Scatter of the Week coming out, just absolutely like one-shotting the Norlis and dropping Tigger below half health. He's in a lot of danger here. The E will come out. Ulti coming out as well from the Ezreal. but it's the Scout of the Week is just doing too much damage. He just can't land the Qs and is in a very dangerous spot here.
Slayer is dancing around Lost Time at the moment. 2 kills onto him. 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, rather to say. And that is just a dominating performance on the Syndra in the best of 1. And it's looking absolutely just ATK favoured. We had a moment of maybe a reprieve. Some moments, lots of time looked a bit competitive, but ATK have just been asserting their dominance all over the map in terms of vision, in terms of the fights. It's a bit grim, and you kind of need a bit of a miracle at the moment to turn this game state around. Because ATK with a lead like this, I imagine the knowledge that they have could start to get very bloody in the next few minutes.
I think especially with this kind of team, you do not want to be giving them this kind of lead. If you make even one mistake, ATK will punish you for it and will make you constantly make you question your decisions. With now there being a red buff handover over to the Twitch, very nice jungler. I wish my jungler was that nice to me sometimes when I play AD carry.
Honestly, I wish my AD carry whenever I play AD carry.
So Papa Smurf is in a bit of danger here. Will drop as over force, but does get blocked. Twitch sitting very much in front of it. The Ziggs ulti does kind of try and do some damage, but this Twitch is just too far ahead with the Pork, with the Kraken Slayer. This Scion is not a tank to him.
Unfortunately, they are not able.
As they are not able.
They're not able to do much. Again, they have so much deep vision, and they're going to be able to read Era wherever they please.
There's the Ornhorn coming out, the quickness coming out as well. This Ezreal just cannot move. Gets taken down very easy. Twitch sitting in the backline going godlike, sitting 7-0.
What the bloody hell is happening? I mean, Tiger just got absolutely blown up from the Valkyrie ulti, and Jetloss just managing with this ATK side to absolutely blow him up. And it's a bit unfortunate. From the looks of it, a bit of a weird, what would be the word for it? It's very hard to even describe because my eyes were kind of off the Ezreal for a moment.
Yeah, but the Ezreal, Ezreal gets hit by the Maokai ulti, the quickness cape coming in very easily there, catching Ezreal off guard. Ezreal just got perma CC locked, very hard for him to use the Arcane Shift to get out of there. But this is not the position you wanted to be in with Last Time. Like, they played the early game very well, were able to try and get these picks, but now with the Ornn items coming out, the gold lead is not even a proper representation of how far ahead this ATK roster is. Scatter Week is does connect onto Tigger here, is going to burn the flash, will dodge it. Tigger is going for the 1v1 here onto Slayer, taking a lot of damage. Ziggs bomb coming out as well, and that will be a shutdown onto Ezreal, and a 1-for-1 as the Ziggs bomb does not make it in time.
A bit more worth for Tigger. Manages to collect the 700 gold and a bit of reprieve. He might have been able to walk away, but I think some of that damage from the minion just barely took him out. A ton of sums, though, used for Tigger, and flash down could lock him down in the future. Navori, quick blades, and a few more, components completed for Tigger. And overall, I mean, now it's just about the Baron. You've lost quite a bit of pressure without your AD, but so as well with Slayer.
I mean, like, I think it's a lot to live up to this Ezreal. The Twitch sitting on 3 items. Did pick up the Runon's Hurricane, so he is very dangerous. He is in a very strong spot right now. If this Twitch is given free order, it's going to be very hard for Last Time to try and make a play. As Unique is on a ward here.
Especially the way Klax has been playing. He's playing with a ton of confidence so far.
Space gliding like Red Arrow would.
And Demilon, I don't think he's getting into the Drake pit.
A lot of the Maokai saplings doing their work here. Twitch getting onto Ziggs into burn the flash. A lot of Caesar coming out to Klax here, but Lesnek does fall as the Ornhorn comes out. The Ezreal ulti dropping as well. Flash from not onto Mad Demilon here. Demilon taking a lot of damage, but they will part ways as it is just a 1-for-0 to the side of ATK. That gets them off the Baron, but that is a lot of low health bars on the side of Last Time.
Ton of low health bars, and you also lost the sec in that trade as well. The only reprieve being that they did not get the Baron. They take the reset. It's not quite worth it. Get them off the Baron. And maybe, just maybe, delay the game a little bit. If you're going to find reprieve, if you're going to find a miracle, I think it starts with a Baron steal. Demilon might just have to put that on the menu for a chance versus this star-studded back-to-back-to-back ATK roster.
Yeah,
We're looking for a full.
With Klax picking up the stopwatch, very much anticipating he will be the target here. Does have a very big bullseye on his back, 1,000 gold bullseye to be precise, along with a Maokai. But
a lot of money.
It's a lot of money available to the side last time, sitting about 2,000, about like, oh gosh, that is 8,000 gold behind, as ATK will start picking up the third dragon. Demilon is on the upside of the map. Gonna be just spotting out Unique here, alone on this Baron. As just use the W to get out. We'll pick up the vision, and that will be third dragon going over.
Fourth. That is Soul.
Oh wait, that is Soul. Wait, hold on. That is
Mountain
already
Soul.
Soul. 27 minutes Soul coming out here for ATK.
And they're running over to the Baron.
Yeah, right to the Baron. There is vision that last time do have, so I don't think they don't think they look for a trap here. But as you said, like Demilon will have to look for the steal here. He is in a very precarious spot as ATK Klax walks up onto the Ziggs here. Ornhorn does get called out, hits 2 members. Snera does go for the Scout of the Week, but will not reach his target, as that is a one big ultimate burned already for ATK. This is last time shot.
Klax is so bloody confident though on this Twitch. He's finding pretty much everything. Demilon's stuck in it.
I think he's in a bit of an interesting situation here. Just try to look very sneaky here. The quickness does come out, does charm the Jarvan here. The Cataclysm, good Cataclysm coming out from Demilon here, but I don't think it will be enough. Flag and Drake is up again. Flash coming out from Rakan, hitting the W. Mark ulti coming out as well. ATK Klax picking up the kill once again as they do go for the dive onto the Ziggs. A lot of damage coming out from Not, but that will be Sealog barely alive as the tick happens. They take it over as Tigger and Lesnack are trying to get some gold, trying to get tower plating, but it is just too difficult to deal with this team. They are very tanky now with the Mountain Dragon. This Ornn especially sitting at 286 armor, 256 MR. It's best of both worlds, and yeah, they prepare to start the Baron.
In the face of all odds, it's becoming too much, I think, too much gold.
Ezreal actually not coming too far off, despite not having any vision. It was much closer than ATK would have liked, but that is the Baron, that is the Soul, so they're in a very keen position to try and push to end the game here.
It's just all about Klax, I think. It's kind of the amount of prowess he's shown on this Twitch, just how confident he is.
Man is just doing the double jungle here. The man is
exactly full clearing the bot side, and I think honestly he can take it with the state he's in.
Oh, very capable. I think there's not, despite not being as fed as he is, I think it is he is not in need of his jungle camps, and I think is definitely better off to go on to Klax here as the tank. The tank fight in the top lane is looking like it always does, just two big bruises. As Klax going in completely ham here, will be getting onto Tigger here and will take down this bot lane, putting him at 10-0 on this Twitch. Absolutely no remorse shown, plenty of confidence. As you could clearly see, Klax is still very much in the same form he was when he started.
Klax is just running over them, walking over.
Mark coming out. Unstoppable Force does connect onto the Twitch here, does go golden, does have the flash, will be able to flash out of the Cataclysm. ATK Jetlight's picking up another kill. Sealord just fighting off Not yet, but not doing a lot of damage. Flash coming out onto Sealord, as it is just a 1-for-1 trade. But it's, yeah.
Overall, I think that is the game secured. Only 2 Nexus turrets and a pretty much Nexus.
Yeah, 2 Nexus turrets and a Sound available, but with this Kraken Slayer, with this Bork, is looking very, very hard as Tigger desperately trying to get some damage, but does get 100-0 by the Unleashed Power, doing mad amounts of damage. It's just Papa Smurfy against the world here. Flash going out from Slayer Eye, as Sound is just playing the Heartsteel minigame, and that is going to be an ace for the side of ATK as they take the Nexus and take the first game in this series.
It's the best of 3.
Yeah, there's a GG's to both rosters. Very well played. It was looking very good for the side of last time, but I think made one too many mistakes, and they got to let this game go so they can excel in the second game.
Oh, my bad. Wait, I thought it was best of one. I'm sorry. I kept saying it's the best of one. Overall, what's your face then? ATK are looking confident as ever. Definitely not much to be concerned about themselves. Overall, game 2 is to be played. And
Yeah, so from what I collect, yeah. So it is, I think it is a best of 3 Spartan. I think they've decided to keep it best of 3s just to make it a little bit more competitive in the pro division. But yeah, we do see it's going to be, yeah, we're going to get into game 2. Last time, going to have to try and get their mental together, try and figure out where they can make these plays, where can they make advantages, and where can they punish ATK.
Feel like you got to start with Clax. Right, overall, in the map, I feel Slayer as well showed a lot of strength, showed a lot, just showed how comfortable he was. ATK don't look bothered in the face of any decisions. You gotta try and unsettle them a little bit. If you could try and
Okay, wow. Chat's kind of going out as Grom thinks it's time to take the series with a clap back
24k to the 4th.
Oh my gosh, that is so many points. That is a lot of points going over to ATK fans in chat right now. Whew.
I find it, yeah, that is absolutely a lot of points in that regard. Got to find some reprieve in some moments. They got walked over, but to a certain degree, I could see some points where last time were pretty proactive earlier in the game. As I said, when you have those moments that explode the game, it's a bit hard to stop how ATK were accelerating it, as they did.
Alright, so I gotta get, I've been asked to do the prediction rather quickly, so I will be getting the next prediction up here.
I love the part where, Not said it's notting time, and knotted all over the place.
Yeah, and his watch is rather unique. These guys are just out here with the puns, gotta love it.
Let's say it. Let's see it.
Okay, so let's get this prediction out. So, because I know load shedding is gonna be happening fairly soon, so we gotta get Lost Dam.
Wait, I'm gonna go shower.
Alright, so boy's gonna go shower. We'll be back soon, hopefully. As the I catch ball. No, but how do I throw back or should I keep it? What do I do? Who wants the ball? I caught it. Are you happy with me, Bubbles? But yeah, we got a very entertaining game coming out from these two teams. Very competitive, but I think ATK keeping that form, keeping that very well synergized team together, and yeah, really asserting their dominance. But hoping to see some more entertaining League of Legends coming out from these two teams. Hope to see what Lost Time have in store here for the second game. But yeah, we're just gonna get peeps in the lobby, but let's just take a look at this roster once again. So we are gonna take a look at the quick roster here from ATK. See, so Jetlust in the top lane, definitely performing at his peak so far. Sitting in master tier right now. Very capable top laner, and I think Smurfy might have given him a run for his money, but this man has a whole new level of prestige in the top lane. Yeah, last time got claxed that game, but and they're gonna pop a Smurf on them. Grom, what is chat without these puns? I gotta love these puns. Masters in TFT. Oh, so he is plat. Very good, very interesting indeed. Did not know that. When they join the highest rank, it can't be deceptive. So that is my fault. That's my bad. Thank you for the clarification. We also see the resident SA Giga Chad, known as ATK, not out here. Was very, very strong on this Maokai, making sure to abuse this demonic red buff and Leandri's combo. That burn doing absurdly high amounts of damage, making it exceptionally hard for anyone to really escape this escape the damage. Like these saplings doing a lot of damage as well. And yeah, not coming out here. Absolute Giga Chad here. Then we got ATK Slayer in the mid lane. did play the mid lane very well with the Syndrome, very good at getting the trades. The Scatters are weak, very good at connecting as well. And then a lot of unleashed power that one would say is questionably broken at the moment. Then we got Mr. Clax at the bot lane, probably the MVP of last match on that Twitch. Was an absolute nightmare to deal with, a nightmare to get on, had absolute aggression and prowess, was very capable of carrying his team, and I think is someone you should be definitely fearing going into game 2. And then we got on none other than the resident Master tier player, I don't know if he has reached Masters yet this season, is none other than ATK Unique, very much one of the most unique players in South Africa. Being able to reach such a high rank, especially in the support role where you rely so heavily on your pre-made, or rely on your AD carry and your team, but yeah, makes it look easy. Oh, in DFT, Mr. Knot? In DFT? And Wild Rift. But yeah, he's truly someone you should never always expect great things from. He has done so much for this ATK roster, but I think rounding it all together, this whole roster really showing what they're made of, showing what makes them the best team in South Africa, showing us what makes them the 3-time Challenger Division champion. And yeah, like I want to see what these guys have in store for second game, what they're going to bring out. Are they going to try any of them new Korean strats? Or are they going to be sticking to what they know best? As we can also we are going to take a look at some of the OP.GGs here of what these people are capable of. As you do see Papa Smurfy sitting at that crispy gold 3. Very comfortable on the Scion. I think letting him through on that Scion was not the smartest move. He's very good on this, very comfortable, very high win rate, and I think he used it very nicely. He very much went toe-to-toe with in the top lane. And hopefully we get to see more of that. We also see Mr. Mad Demulon sitting at Diamond 4, 21 LP, favoring the Amumu, the Amalkai, and the Zakia. Doing a lot for his team, very team-orientated. But at the same time, can play much more of those solo-based junglers with the Vi, with the Gragas. And unfortunately not having much success on it so far in 2023, but hopefully we get to see some more of success in the future. With Sealord in the mid lane, sitting at that Platinum 139 LP here. Very proficient, been enjoying the Kassadin, been using it, abusing it in solo queue, as well as the Kennen, which was banned in the first game. And it seems like they are going to be side switching, so Last Time will be taking blue side into the second match. But while we keep going, we see Eratigger sitting at Platinum 1, 0 LP, has been abusing this Caitlyn and this Ezreal, as well as the Xayah too, making good use of the marksman changes, very much making sure that he uses Abuser before they get hard nerfed, because I do feel like it's going to get nerfed. In Korea, we're seeing 480 carries in a game, which definitely is not balanced, but we see what we see. But the predictions did come out, unfortunately. I think I'd really realistically leave the timers on for a bit longer. That is my bad, but yeah, so I'm sorry, Mr. Cappy. I should have left it on for longer. That is my bad. But we already know where your heart belongs. We already know where you belong, and I think as long as your heart is in it, the boys could have a shot here. As we do cover onto Lesnek in the support role here, very much also favoring the Maokai. It seems like the Maokai was a very contested pick, with it possibly being flexed into 3 different lanes. So will they pick it up in this first rotation, or will it be banned? It is very much up to us here, as the subs for Last Time include that of Cruaton, Young Zinc, and Bilbo Saggins, all ready and on call if necessary. And
alright then.
Yeah, we're just gonna. All is good. We were just covering some of the OP.GGs, seeing what we are going to be up against here. As we move over to ATK here, in their OP.GGs, we see Jetlust has been very much favoring the Ornn, very comfortable on it, 4.41 KDA, 56% win rate with 18 games has definitely been something you should not let go through.
I don't think so at all. In previous game, all right, I'll just let you continue. Let me get into it.
Yeah, so right now we also see Mr. Not here sitting at Platinum 2 with the 52 LP. Hasn't favoring the Wukong, has not been as successful unfortunately, but he has been getting pretty good scores, pretty decent KDAs, so do not underestimate this Wukong. Is very much the team player and can do a lot of damage.
I think so. Overall, when we saw the previous draft, definitely comprised of some team fighting options, but overall, it didn't really feel like the team fighting aspect was there too much. It was a few fights that broke open the game overall. And I'm very interested to see what Lost Time have as an answer. I want to see what they cook.
Are we letting him cook?
I say we let Lost Time cook, right? It's a difficult game, but honestly, I trust in them. I trust in the lads to find some reprieve in their second game. Look for something in the drafts. It's always tough circumstances to play against, but we'll let them cook. We'll let them show what they have ready for
ATK here. As Slayer Ike sitting at the gold 1 for 36 LP. As we actually, just before we cover this, we are going to be heading into game with Klax being unranked at the moment, but then Unique sitting at Master 36 LP. But right now, we are going to be heading into Champ Select.
Second game, Lost Time, backs against the wall, but have pretty much comfort.
Yeah, have they figured out an answer? Have they figured out a way to completely disable this ATK roster, or will they fall weak to this very informed ATK?
Looks like they do not leave. They didn't leave the previous season different at all. They're looking very confident, very good. Twitch banned. They don't want that on Klax, deciding that that's not what they want him on. There's definitely a few more options they could be on. Zeri, Zaya, Ezreal, obviously being one of them. He plays a bit of the Ezreal, as we saw on the solo queue at least. 2022, Wukong banned.
That is the respect ban coming out on for Mr. Not there, but they are going to ban the Maokai, which was a very, very aggressive pick in the first game, and that does take away the possible flex into jungle, bot, and top lane. Yeah, what are we gonna see? What are Lost Time gonna pull out? What can they bring to the table?
For Caitlyn, ooh.
Eritega is very comfortable on this Caitlyn.
Saw a lot of the Caitlyn, I think, in the group stage, all year tournament. A very popular pick, very good pick in terms of prior, very broken. Caitlyn pretty much spikes at all of the items he has available in front of him, mythic and second included. Ash locked in, might be in support. Not sure what they're going to complement that with. What is Unique cooking exactly?
Yeah, like I'm very curious to see what is going to be available here. The Ash is a very flexible. I'm not sure if we have seen Unique play it on the competitive stage just yet, but you never know. And this could be some next level picks that are coming out from ATK, and wouldn't be surprised if it's the K'Sante coming out in the top lane.
We saw the hover earlier. This champion is definitely tearing up pro play and solo. Very popular, very strong, especially in its team fighting prowess. I remember that tweet from Impact that was making fun of a caster. I guess I'll shut up whenever I see a K'Sante in pro play.
Yeah, but
did you see the Impact tweet? Okay,
I can't say I've seen too much about it. Yeah, so we see that Karma is going to be picked up for this Nakia, is most comfortable champion for him. It was banned in the first game, but did get let through due to the Maokai ban coming out, which is so now Karma Caitlyn, very oppressive ball lane, very aggressive in terms of poke, and can very much abuse this range advantage that they'll probably have over this Ashe.
I think for sure, and now it's just all about where it gets part 2. Shen, me locked in as a response to K'Sante.
Yeah, I believe it is a very capable matchup. Shen will likely be playing it weak side, but they are going to be looking to protect this Caitlyn. This is very much a protect the Caitlyn team comp so far.
Something tells me it's all eggs in the Tigger basket this game. I'm not gonna lie. All comes down to that Varus being locked in. That is the Ashe for Unique.
Well, that actually is quite flexible, as the Varus could be going mid. It could be Slayer Eye on the Varus in the mid lane, so we don't really know where this could be going, as there is a Kassadin ban coming out for Sealard here.
Bit of a trend, a 100% pick ban presence in the entire tournament so far. A very strong pick, very good on these very capable players. Definitely take it off their hands. Do not let them have any time on that Syndra ban. Respect coming through. We saw what Slayer did.
I mean, yeah, Slayer was very, very scary on the Syndra, so it does make sense that it does not get through to him once again. But this could all have been a bait. This could be the Varus mid. But then finally the Silas ban coming out for Sealard. You don't want him on that kind of comfort. It is one of his most played champions, champion that he is somewhat known for. And I see it is never going to be let through. It is like the Nick Mercy, well, Nick Zora Kiana meme.
Yeah. I think we've seen that in chat a fair bit, haven't we?
Yeah, as we do going to be see the final ban coming out, it will be the Veigar. Do not want Mr. Slayer Eye on any of his comfortable picks here, as we are entering the last set of picks for this game.
Last chances, solo lanes to be locked in, unless that is the Varus bait pick. As you mentioned, there's a hint in the back of my mind that maybe Slayer decides to take the Varus mid lane, but I kind of doubt it slightly. Maybe. Let's see what he has cooked. Rumble. Yeah, never mind. It's not gonna be Rumble jungle.
Well, we don't know. Like, I mean, like this, we don't know what ATK have been cooking. So that could be Rumble jungle, could be Rumble in the mid lane. But we do now have confirmation that is going to be the Cassante in the top lane. That is pretty much the only real confirmation that we have. But other than the Ashe is going bot, we don't know whether it is going to be in the support role or the AD carry role, as that is a Tom Kench. Wait a minute. So that, wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
There's something is not right here. This is a chaotic champ.
Wait, this is some spicy. We do get the Kindred coming out for Demulon. Taking that aggressive play here. So what is that? Is that a Karma mid, or is that Tom Kench mid? Like, I don't know. And wait, it could even be. I don't know. It could be a Rumble in the jungle. So Orianna is locked in here. Very spicy team comps coming out from both ATK and Lost Time, as that is going to be Tom Kench going over to Papa Smurfy. That is Shen for the snack. Karma for the Sealard. Oh my. Wondered, very curious where that came from, as that Ashe is still sitting in the top lane. Are we gonna be seeing Ashe top? Oh, never mind. Okay, we're gonna see that. So that is going to be. Wait a minute. They're switching it around.
Oh wait.
The Shen and the Shen and Tom Kench have swapped, so that is going to be a Tom Kench support Shen top lane. But yeah, Sealard being put on a team-orientated carry here in the mid lane, and just from looking at this team comp, it is a very much protect this Caitlyn at all costs.
I think it could be either or. Like I said, all eggs on the Tigger basket. Depends on how it goes. You do have Demulon with the Kindred as well. A lot of peel. That limited Tom Kench on the neck. What the bloody hell have ATK and Lost Time cooked up?
Yeah, I think we let them cook a little too long, guys. I think who let these teams cook?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, maybe it tasted. Maybe we're just full of shit.
Maybe we just don't know what is spicy and what is not.
Exactly. Maybe we just don't know. But I think maybe we can just go ahead and say this is spicy as hell.
Yeah, it's just like it is rather scary. To see that these kinds of picks can come out this early on, but we do see that with the Orianna pick, I'm very curious to see how it goes, as she did receive a collection of changes this season, well this current patch, which we are going to go take a quick look at right now. So with the 13.2 13.1b patch notes, Orianna did face a buff, but also Kindred facing a nerf, Cassidy facing a nerf, Lilia getting a decent buff, Maokai receiving a nerf, Nami receiving a nerf, but Orianna, this is the one we're looking at. So they got the passive on a Clockwork Windup has been since buffed. It now at every interval levels it gets leveled, like if the damage increases, rather than at level 1 to 18. The damage is completely unchanged, but the ability itself is much easier to cast. The damage, the ball deals 100% damage to the first target hit, and damage upwards is reduced by 10% as per enemy hit. The ball now deals 100% damage to the first target hit, and the damage afterwards is reduced to 70% to all enemies after the first. So now, kind of much better to look for the trades in the minions, as it is now a flat damage reduction on the orb. Very easy to make trades in the mid lane, and I think hopefully we see more aggression on this Orianna.
I think so, with the buffs as well. So I'm actually wondering when this champion would be locked in battles that control mages in mid lane. But as well, that's just common mid lane. Definitely going to be interesting to see the build on it. I imagine it's the Radiant Virtue, with how strong that item has been overall, just the amount of healing that it has. I can't believe like how much it provides. That item has quite literally everything.
Yeah, it's like gives health, cooldown reduction, and like especially with the Orianna now, with like her mana cost on her double being greatly reduced. The damage, like at every level, the mana is reduced except for base level. It's costing a whole 20 mana less at max rank. The command Shockwave also getting a massive buff, with the magic damage being increased by 50 up till 100 at the max rank, and also the AP ratio being increased by 10%. So this Orianna is looking rather scary this patch, and I think you need to be extremely careful if you are to even think about letting this Orianna pick up a lead in this mid lane.
I think so, definitely, and with how capable I think we've seen Saya, it's interesting to see how he is going to carry forth this pick that we have not traditionally seen in the pro division.
Yeah, as we are getting into the loading screen.
Considering the fact that this is the second match in the pro division, all right?
Yeah, and we just and right up, and we do get a pause. So support's having a bit of an issue IRL. So hopefully we should get into game soon. Hope that all gets resolved and sorted out. But yeah, the Riot blessing us with the insta game starts. Gotta love it. But also I wanted to kind of look at the skins.
We don't get that reprieve in this game. Not quite. We just get to see a yellow screen.
Yeah, and then I just wanted to like cover some of the runes that have been picked up from either side. So not actually opting for the first strike on this rumble as a first strike enjoyer. Very favorable of it, very much like it. Can just kind of walk out, just get that pop and damage, get that extra burst, get that extra gold, and kind of give you a little bit of an advantage over your counterpart.
And it's definitely not traditional. In any sense, of picking Rumble, I feel like it's pretty confident in terms of how overall it was done. I'm actually just looking for something. The last time we saw a Rumble pick was actually yesterday in the LPL. We actually saw so that was actually Rumble top lane. Let's check Rumble
jungle. So we also see that there is the press the attack coming out from Demilan, as there really only is one tank that he has to deal with. So gonna opt for that very much good early game burst, looking for that early game slow, early game bonus damage. But and then Tigger also did not opt for the lethal tempo this time around, opted rather for the fleet footwork, as Klax and Unique will have an excessively high amount of poke, and sustain is what you need in this lane. Tom Kench opting for the Guardian, gonna be looking after this Caitlyn, making sure she gets out of trouble. Gonna be using the East very assertively, and I think as well round as a team comp is, if Kindred and the Caitlyn are taken out, it is going to be very hard for any member of Lost Time to try and do damage.
Time we saw Rumble Jungle in a tier 1 competitive event At least, okay, tier 2, I guess, because the tier 1 competitive event was actually during preseason. That was the Demacia Cup. Was by, what was that team? Yeah, Demacia Cup in China, patch 12.23, so it was a while back, but the last time we actually saw it near-ish proper competitive play was the EU Masters 2022 play-in, which is a very long time ago, so it's not a very popular pick.
But clearly not knows something.
He knows something.
What we see is we are finally into champs. We are finally into game. Sorry. It does look like it is just going to be a regular 5-stack once again. There is not going to be any fancy smancy things coming out. Except there were pings to get into the bush there. Kindred is looking for something.
Let him cook.
Are we gonna let Demulon push forward or?
That's a perfect wall, by the way.
Yeah, like
on
the
both
wall.
sides.
Yeah, there's a perfect lineup along the, like, except for Kindred deciding not to give a damn and is now actually using W just to grab some vision. Will be popping a ward onto the red buff. Kind of trying to figure out where this rumble is going to be starting.
Timing was good, for sure. Now it's all about execution for both lanes. That Caitlyn lane, if it goes well, I think we've seen Ty do quite well on this Caitlyn during the Rivals tournament during the preseason. Something like January, saw it go very well, but this isn't Euro Rivals anymore. It's the Pro Division versus ATK.
Ooh, we got the
second game. Oh my lord!
We got the people pinging out their ping here. We got very jealous of Mr. Unique there with the 11 ping. All right, just to kind of give us a bit more of a heads up whether you're dealing with class is actually on the higher ping. We got, and then close, I want to say close second, but the closest second you get is 147, and that's already like 137 too high. As very early trades coming out from Unique here, did offer the Halo Blade, so we'll be going in for very quick, fast trades, trying to get as much damage, as much poke off as possible.
As much as you can do. It comes down to the level 1. I do think that Unique pretty much wins that out with the poke that he has. I do think we've seen Unique on the Ashe quite a bit last season as well. Not quite a bit, probably 1 or 2 times that I remember seeing it.
We see that both the top laners
if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Of course. If I am not mistaken. Engage.
Ooh, what a flash coming out from Clash. Exhaust coming out from both AD carries. A lot of damage coming out from either one. Flash heal coming out from Tigger here. But that is a lot of summoners burn. That is 3 summoners per side. As double exhaust heals as well as the flash on the AD carries is burned.
I liked how Tigger was holding out that heal to try and maybe bait something from either Unique or Clax, but there's been fruit. Much stayed wise, stayed.
A lot of damage coming out onto Smurfy from Jetlust. Has bit of danger here for Mr. Shen here. Will make Jetlust tank a tower shot, but
managed to dance around enough. There's some massive wave stacking.
We all, Shen plays no better. There is now no flash onto Clax here. W does connect from Kindred, and that will be first blood going over to Mad Demulon, who is just going to try and continue it here. Does try and jump forward, but not is here. Just a backup Unique.
Bit too much, and overall, good communication from last time. Managing to grab first blood and a great lead.
Karma doing a trying to trade out Joe with Slayer, going even.
Good stuff. Last time, looking better already with first blood on their hands. First blood tends to be pretty good if you want to win a game, and last time have recognized that. Obviously, you just want to kill the enemy champion, and that was done first. Unique.
Yes,
being a nuisance.
Making all these roams into the bot lane, but Kindred is likely going to be losing that mark up there, as he's just going to be going for the Raptors and then not picking up the Scuttle, denying Kindred one of their marks. But yeah, I think we see Not here is looking to try and see if he can make a play in the mid lane. But Sealot is playing it as safe as possible here, just trying to maybe keep the wave under his tower, while also poking out Slayer, doing good damage. But same time as well, Slayer is Also churning out a lot more damage is both of them though on mana, as there is another possible kill charge here for Jetlust, but there will be no follow-up.
Alright then. I will have to leave you lads, unfortunately. I've got things to do tomorrow. Thank you for the cast.
Thank you for being on here, Mr. Instinct, as he'll be doing the solo bolo from now on. We do you proud, but yeah, we will be seeing him in the future. He will be on future casts with me, so all the best to you, and I'll see you soon.
Unless I die.
Oh, as you see the flash coming out from Demilon onto Slayer, I will pick up a double kill on this, 2 kills onto this Kindred. No respect coming towards this Kindred. But right now, very much a dominant playstyle coming from last time. Did have a change of pace. Want to play more aggressively. Want to be in a very dominant spot here. As Kindred sitting on 2 kills. And we're going to check on the marks, as Kindred does not have a mark just yet. It's rather unfortunate. Gave up the marks to pick up these kills. As the Snake is looking for poke. Does land to a poke onto Unique. But they do want to shove the wave. They do want to get the push. They want to be able to get a quick reset off. And yeah, there's a lot the way trying to keep the wave under last time's tower, which I think is a bit more ideal for Caitlyn, as can abuse more of the range. But Unique and Clax going out to clear some vision, making some plays, as Shen also going in for these aggressive trades. Does have the Realm of Best, can't deny the healing, but Cassante does drop the all out. The ghost coming out from Cassante as well. There is no opportunity to go. Does have the flash, will flash out. Not be able to sidestep that, as Jetlust will pick up a kill here in the top lane. We do see Demilon is here. Does not have the ulti, but Jetlust is not able to kite it out. And that is Mad Demilon on a killing spree. Excellent rotation coming out from Mad Demilon here. Really asserting that jungle presence. Putting him at 3 kills. Does have also a full noon quiver. A lot of damage coming out onto Unique, but also same with taking a really lot of bad trades here. Heal coming out, exhaust coming out as well onto the onto the Varus here. Summoners being burned, but low health bars on both sides. Varus Q charge up, Varus Q does go wide. Tom Cage goes for the engage, but ATK does burn the heal. We're playing with fire here, as ATK not is in the back. Is going to be looking... Oh, as we see a massive flash coming out from Eretiga here. Taking down Unique. Clax is being run down. Exhaust coming out onto the Snack. But that does look like it will be a kill going over to the Tom Kench. As not shows his face there. Tom Kench does land the knockup. Trap does land. Root lands as well. A lot of damage coming out onto this Rumble here. No flash for the Caitlyn. But Kindred will be there to take the kill. And that is 6-2 to the start of last time. As there's a bit of a blunder coming out from ATK. Shen is not in the best position right now. Did know he was going to be playing a bit more of a weak side. But yeah, the kills going to the right people on either side of the map. Kindred being very far ahead, as well as this Caitlyn. So I think last time took that break, made the correct decisions, and looking to really show their dominance against this ATK roster. With now the Kindred checking up on his stacks, is only unfortunately on the 1 stack. Kind of a lot of his stuff is being taken away from him, and it is also very much in Not's jungle. Don't want the he does not want this Demilon to be getting ahead, as far as ahead as he really is. Any more of those stacks will make Kindred exceptionally strong, make it very hard to keep his team, well, to kill his team, as the Kindred does have the, I believe it is called the Lamb's Respite. It'll be very useful keeping carries alive, especially with the kind of bursts that come out with a really good Orianna ulti or very good Rumble ultimate as well. But once again, Eretiga and Lisnek are kept under their tower by this just the sheer surmountable poke, while Slayer Eye and Sea Lord do continue going out for their trades. Tigger abusing the early range. A lot of damage going on. Ace in the hole, just doing a fair bit of damage over to Clax here. Clax is playing a very dangerous game here, as Unique is also showing no fear as he walks up with some more poke, with his AD carry being slightly low. It's a bit of a risky call, as minion waves stacking up into Papa Smurfy. Rumble is here as well. Very much just staying out of vision. Kind of trying to see if he's able to make a play here. Unique is in the bush. Control warded. They do not know. Rumble ulti does come out, but does get sidestepped. And that will be Rumble out, ult out. Papa Smurfy does not have the Shen ultimate. Will not be able to save this Caitlyn if necessary. But if they're able to get a... If this Tahm Kench is able to land something on here. Kindred is in the top lane. Does just manage to alleviate some pressure over Papa Smurfy. Give him some more freedom. As more and more poke coming out from Unique and Clax. And I don't think Tigger's going to be able to get that ward as he's dropped fairly low. Unique making sure that there is no vision to be lost as Shen still suffering up here in the top lane. A lot of damage coming up. Mad Demulon is there and will be spotted on a ward, so Jealous will back off. This Rumble is actually going to be picking up the first dragon of the game here, and it is going to be the Ocean Dragon. Ashe ulti does come out. Varus ulti lands on the root, but ATK Clax just slightly out of position. And the Ace in the Hole takes him down, putting Caitlyn at 3-0 right now. As there is still more to be had. This bot lane TP coming out. Tahm Kench saving him from the Rumble ultimate. And Sealord also coming in just to make sure this Caitlyn does get out alive. As Demulon is going to be trying to run down this Cassante. Does not have a full item just yet, so there will be no kill involved. But that is going to be a bit more pressure for the Papa Smurfy here. They're going to drop the Herald. Get some more gold for him too. Cassante gonna just want to get out of this lane. Does have the TP, but we'll come back to it. So he's never getting less plates. As this is an excellent round of rotations coming up from last time. It's 7-2, 2,000 gold lead at the moment. As we see a teleport coming out for Cassante. Kindred making it out. We'll pick up the Crack Clear. Sealord landing the W. A lot of CC. Caitlyn is in the mid lane. A lot of damage coming out. Orion just having to sidestep the trap. Gale Force coming out. Command Shockwave not able to get the kill here. Tahm Kench is just trying to tank for Sealord here as he does have to burn the flash. But still a lot of damage coming out from this Karma. Yeah, there's no kills traded, just a bunch of ultimates used. The Command Shockwave is burned as well as the Tahm Kench ult. Ace in the Hole has now just come up. As you see, ATK Clax is going for the 1v1 into the Kindred here. Kindred does get the Shen ulti. Does able to get the Lamb respite. Or Shen is there to save the day. Does leave it. And then another kill going... kill going over to Papa Smurfy. As Unique does spot Snack and Tigger in the bot lane. As that will just be a very much 1-for-1 Demulon for Clax. But yeah, like going for the even trades, I think last time do somewhat benefit from it. At the same time, a lot of gold going over. Oh, as sidesteps coming out from Unique, but Notch is here to try and do as much damage as possible. Traps coming out, but there will be no further commitments. As last time, really want to make sure that they get this Caitlyn ahead. Want to put her in a very commanding position. And want to make sure that their carry is capable of doing what their role indicates that they can do. We see a lot of armor coming out for the Shen here, but Demulon is going to contest Jet Lust. He is surrounded by 3 members of Lost Time. All are coming out onto this Karma. Will burn the Ghost as well just to get out of there. As that is going to be the Scuttle going over to this Kindred. Will pick up their second mark of the game. And he is also looking to maybe see if he can catch out Cassante on this rotation. He is going to be walking back there as Jet Lust. Gonna take the long way around, but Demulon is very much prepared for this. He's taking the Krugs. Jetlust's gonna have to respect this. Can't really stop this Kindred from taking the jungle. As they're just gonna be pushing more and more of this top lane tower. Yeah, a lot of respect coming out. Unique does drop the Ashe ulti onto Tahm Kench. Flash coming out. Dissonance Shockwave. Well, Command Shockwave does not land once again as it does get flashed. But a lot of damage coming out from... Oh, wait, actually, there's a shutdown kill going over to Jet Lust here. Taking a little too many tower shots as Demulon falls. Bit of a ballsy play, unfortunately. And flash burn, that is just really, really unfortunate for Mr. Demulon. As there are 3 members of ATK looking to dive this Caitlyn. The Shen does not have the stand united, so Caitlyn is in a lot of danger. The ulti coming out from Mr. Natia, and it still will not bring any luck, as there are a lot of wards. And I see a flash sidestep coming out from ATK here. Galebo's coming out as well, doing as much as he can to sidestep it. Tom gets in a lot of danger. Jetless taking a... Oh, not Jetless, not barely making it out alive. Tom can shield, saving Caitlyn, and W coming out. The ulti coming out. Woo! Crystal Arrow just going wide, as both Tigger and Lesneka make it out with their lives. This is some really intense League of Legends we got here. Both teams know what is on the line. Both and Lost Time looking to try and take this to game 3, where ATK are just trying to make sure they can secure this victory. With the Kindred now sitting in a somewhat okay position now after an unfortunate death in the top lane. Is a level up on Natia. Does have a little bit of gold over him, about 1,400. Got about 800 gold behind for the Karma. Caitlyn is sitting at about 300 gold ahead of this Varus. And then Shen is sitting about 500 gold behind this Cassante. Still fairly even. Gold lead is only merely separated by 200 as ATK look to start up this dragon. But it is 4v5 as Shen is still in the top lane. They do not look for the commit here. Cassante is looking for a land, looking for the Q. Does get the Kindred. Kindred does get stunned by the Crystal Arrow. Was not able to drop the lamp despite. Varus does get rooted by the Karma. Karma desperately trying to get out. Cassante drops it all out. Tom Kench sitting in the middle of it. There's a double kill going over to this Varus. Caitlyn is in a very dangerous spot right now. Ghost coming out from Jetless. He will likely very much be able to catch this Caitlyn. Will be able to do what a champion was designed to and build full tank and solo kill this Caitlyn, as it is a massive turnaround coming out from ATK. They will be able to pick up this Mountain Dragon. Oh, this side, the Soul, as it is going to be the Chemtech Soul coming out. And I think this could be very useful. The lower they get, it's going to be very easy for them to do more damage. They have higher resistances. And with Damilon, unfortunately, is not able to use this lead as well as he would have liked to. There's actually still a lot of damage coming out from Karma. Slayer is in a bit of danger. Karma is walking around. Flash, double, Monster double coming out from Karma. A lot of Len does get hit by the Shen ult. Massive knockout coming up as taunts coming out from the Shen. A lot of damage coming out into the Knot. Will make it out alive. Cassante does drop in. That is stunned. And that is Sealard falling. Papa Smurfy also taking a lot of damage out from Unique here. Rumble also coming out, and Papa Smurfy living by the skin of his teeth. So they're snacking a lot of damage, and that is ATK Clax now on a killing spree. This game has been since turned around. ATK showing absolutely no mercy here. Exhaust coming out onto this Caitlyn here. A lot of damage onto Clax, but showing no fear. Very much able to get that tower and assert their dominance. This Varus having a bit of a rough laning phase. Has since picked up the shield bow. Is holding into the Jinsus. And now kind of evening out the gold. Now sitting ahead of this Caitlyn by about 800 gold. Despite being behind in lane, is now very much ahead. As Damilon and Papa Smurfy are just exploring, looking for vision. But this is one thing, do not count this Lost Time roster out for now. They may have lost 3,000 gold. But from what we saw in the early game, they are very capable of making these plays. Very much making sure ATK have to be careful. They are not allowed to make mistakes either, as they will be picking up the Rift Herald. And will probably want to open up either this mid lane or this bot lane. Kind of trying to give the Caitlyn utility to roam. I mean, not the Caitlyn, the Karma utility to roam. But yeah, then Guardian is now procced. Slayer is laning now into Papa Smurfy in the top lane. As it will be battle for the side lanes. Shen will probably have to be dealing with either Cassandra or the Orianna. But Tigger, a little bit low in his own jungle. Does not want to be there with a Crystal Arrow available. Varus Q coming out. Does land on the Tigger. A lot of damage. But playing with fire here. Must be looking to try and build this item. Does have 1,000 gold. Might be looking to try and just pick up a pickaxe here. Going for the Infinity Edge second item. Whew, as this Varus is very relentless with this Q, does not want this guy to, does not want tie to back. As W does come out for Cassante, the root still comes through despite the unstoppable. As we see multiple members of Lost Time are going to try and converge into this mid lane here to deal with Not, Klax, and Unique. We'll get the second tier tower. W does connect onto Not, but that will be no further commitment there. Not, well, Papa Smurfy is now dealing with Slayer Eye, who's just going to likely poke him out. A lot of damage. Doesn't have much MR on this Shen, so Orianna is going to make it very hard for him to lane. And then now with Clack, now it is going to be the Clax and Caitlyn mid against this. Clax against Caitlyn mid. As you see the Aclar style coming out onto this Karma. All that coming out from Cassante. That is going to be a kill over onto this Karma. The command Shockwave comes out from Slayer. He does not have mana, does not have flash. The Demion is going to run it down, is going to pick up the shutdown onto this Orianna. 8 in the hole coming out as well. Going to be blocked by Jetlust. And yeah, this just, they're going to be losing a tier 2 tower in the bot lane. Trading for this kill here as it's 9 for 10. Gold lead has since grown to 5,000 gold between these two teams. And it's hard to believe how last time we're far ahead in the early game, and ATK have been able to just pull this back, put themselves in a very commanding position, getting all these towers. And with this dragon spawning in 30 seconds, I feel like Kindred is going to make use of this Rift Herald, trying to alleviate some pressure, trying to make sure to draw ATK away from the dragon. But Jetlust is in a very, very good position here on this. Cassante does have 2.5 items. Is going to be opting for that Frozen Heart, as is a majority AD team comp for the side of Lost Time. AP really only being on the side of Akama. So Cassante is going to be a bit of a mission to deal with the more armor he picks up. But then also there is going to be the Rift Herald being dropped in the mid lane as Lost Time go and venture towards this dragon. Just bought the Kindred and the Snack very much just trying to usher the Herald into the mid lane, as actually ATK will be opting to start the Baron. Got 4 members on it. As Last Time are rotating, Kindred is behind the Baron, is going to look for Crystal Arrow coming out to the Kindred. A lot of CC, the Respite going to come out as well. Will not be able to make it over the wall. Command Shockwave taking out Demulon here. Caitlyn doing a lot of damage in the backline, does take down this Rumble, but Rumble just doing too much because Undead going all out. Jumping onto this backline, TP coming in from the Shen. But Jetlust is still running down this Caitlyn. Taunt coming out from the Shen as well. Jetlust is in a bit of danger. Tom gets dropping desperately though, will have to use a shield. But that is too many members of ATK. They get into the backline and take down the side of Lost Time. They will probably opt to continue this Baron despite having some bit of low health bars here. There will be no member of Lost Time available to come and steal this, as it is actually going relatively slowly. Kindred up in 3 seconds. Not likely to get there in time with no X gates available, as that is going to be the Baron picking up, coming out for ATK. Seeing they've got some very good team synergy here. Know exactly who they need to focus in these kind of team fights. Do not let that Kindred into that pit there. Do not let him try and attempt to steal the Baron. Burn the Lamb's Respite. Despite the amount of ulti they cost, it is always worth it to try and ensure victory here. As ATK going to be looking to pick up the 3rd dragon of the game here. Jetlust walking into the jungle very comfortably. Knows that he will not have any trouble with all the massive Rumble ulti coming out. With the command Shockwave. And that will be 2 members of Lost Time falling. The Snack is being chased down. Will fall once again, not having to burn the flash. But that is 3 members of Lost Time down. That is Baroned up minions. Varus ulti does go wide. But Papa Smurfy and Eritiga are the only people that are able to try and hold off this unrelenting force that is ATK, who are going to look to push further into the base of Lost Time. A lot of damage coming out from the Orianna here. Command Dissonance doing a mad amount of damage. Seeing those Orianna buffs coming to full effect. Crystal Arrow does land onto the Shen. A lot of damage coming out onto him. He is no tank. He is struggling here. As hello, Mr. Leopold. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. Nice to see you. We do see that the side of ATK will back off. They will try and play it safely here as they're going to actually now rotate to the bot lane. Massive ulti coming out here from the Cassandre Ola, bringing Slisnek into the back line. ATK is now, Klax is now unstoppable on this Varus. Has not dropped a death since laning phase. And I think last time right now, very dangerous. Crystal Arrow coming out. Gale Force from Tigger dodging it, does land onto the Shen. But this tower is going to fall. The Baron of minions, making it super difficult to hold, super difficult to defend. 5 members of ATK are pushing in. Supers are in the top lane. They will open up and take the second inhib. Further pressure last time, keeping them on the tower. This is the last ditch effort as the Rumble ulti does come out. Varus lands onto the roof, but that is going to be another kill going over to Rumble. Rumble getting out alive thanks to Orianna shielding. Cassandre does not have the all out, but this is just too much. The Crystal Arrow landing onto Lesnek here, just taking way too much damage. Mantra Q also trying to do as much damage as possible. This ATK roster just playing with their food here. Massive shockwave coming out from the Orianna, catching Papa Smurfy and Lesnek here. T-Log will fall once again. The double kill over to Klax here. Tigger is stuck in his own base, and that is going to be a GG's and series going over to ATK. As we do see ATK are going to be taking that series, they are still showing that same prowess that they showed at the beginning of the season, last season and the season before that, as they just seem to be unstoppable at this point in the South African League of Legends. Very capable of turning around games, even as bad as that early game did go for them. They were able to make the plays, make the rotations, make the correct calls, and were in a very, very dominant position from the mid game onwards. So I would just like to give a congratulations to both these teams. Very well played, very good League of Legends. Very much liked all these spicy picks coming out. And yeah, I hope to see some more interesting gameplay coming out from either of these teams coming out in the groups in the future. So, and yeah, very GG well played going over to ATK. Every member of ATK showing what they are made of. Everyone doing their part, making sure that last time we're not able to further build that lead with massive damage coming out from Slayer Eye, massive shockwaves ending the game there, not hitting the Rumble ultis when they needed to be hit. Jetlust becoming an unkillable demon that is able to build full tank and do one shot an 80 carry. Gotta love Riot's design team, but at the same time, very, very much in capable hands on Jetlust here. As we are going to just go and take a quick look at the groups. They will not have updated just yet here, but just to kind of give a gist of what to expect right now with the current changes. So we do see the group here. So with this being the first game of the Pro Division, it will be putting ATK at the top of the board. They will be topping the leaderboard right now with the second place now being last time, being the first 2 teams to play. But I'm very excited to see what the rest of the teams in this group have to offer and what we're going to see. We're going to catch some games with Royalty, going to catch some games with Genesis. So yeah, I would like to say a big thank you to the Don for coming on, for joining us for our interview today, giving us a bit more of an insight of what is going to be coming soon on the side of Mettlestate for League of Legends and for video games in general in South Africa. So from me, from Instinct, who had to leave earlier, thank you so much for tuning in to the stream, and thank you so much for all the support showing here. Lovely having all you here. Lovely seeing all the ATK peeps come to show their support, as well as the Era lads as well. So yeah, I hope to see you all in the next one. We'll be keeping you updated. We'll be on my socials. We'll be on my Twitter. We'll be putting it all up on YouTube as well. All the games that I be streaming here, I will be uploading their full VODs over to YouTube for anyone who may need them, for maybe VOD reviews, or to make sure, to try and analyze where mistakes were made, if anyone's particularly doing that. And yeah, I will catch you all in the next one. All the best. Enjoy the rest of your evenings and stay safe.